WWE SmackDown, Best and Worst. Charlotte Flair's WrestleMania 41 opponent confirmed. Jade Cargill's attacker revealed. Naomi and Damian Priest qualified for the Elimination Chamber by winning their matches on SmackDown. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens cut dueling pre-taped promos, but Zayn still didn't understand why Owens was mad. The Prizefighter explained why Zayn helped Roman Reigns in the Rumble last week, but didn't stop Cody Rhodes from dumping him headfirst onto a steel ladder. Carmelo Hayes got another win over R-Truth. The Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza had a decent match, but Street Profits vowed to shake things up with another angry promo. Both teams will probably interfere when Pretty Deadly challenges DIY. On next week's SmackDown, Alexa Bliss ran into her old friend/nemesis, Nia Jax, backstage. More glitches aired during their conversation. The latest episode had more misses than hits. Here's the best and worst of SmackDown.Worst. Naomi beats Chelsea Green. With the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event in Canada, it would have been nice for Chelsea Green to participate in the match. She hasn't before and is one of the most entertaining women in wrestling. Charlotte Flair was a spectator for the WWE Women's Championship match on the February 14th episode of SmackDown, as she looked to see who her potential WrestleMania 41 opponent would be between Jax and Tiffany Stratton. On Raw, there was Rhea Ripley, and on NXT, Julia. However, after Tiffany Stratton was brutally attacked following the controversial DQ finish of the match, Charlotte Flair came out. She told Tiffany Stratton to wake up and announced that she chose her. So, the two-time Women's Rumble winner will face Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. That this doesn't come as a huge surprise, as this was the rumor direction. It's also a dream match between two different generations of superstars. While many might expect Stratton to win at WrestleMania to solidify her reign, WWE might have other plans. Remember that Charlotte derailed Rhea Ripley's momentum at WrestleMania 36. The same could happen to Stratton. Meanwhile, Tiffany Stratton will be teaming up with Trish Stratus to face Nia Jax and Candice LeRae at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Charlotte Flair sends a 6-word message to Tiffany Stratton immediately after choosing her for WrestleMania 41. Charlotte Flair sent a 6-word message to Tiffany Stratton after challenging her for WrestleMania 41. The Queen made her decision official after Stratton's title match against Jax on this week's SmackDown. Stratton became the new WWE Women's Champion on the January 3, 2025 edition of SmackDown. She finally cashed in her Money in the Bank contract on Jax and dethroned her. This week on the Blue brand, the former champion finally got her rematch, but was unsuccessful in regaining the title, as Candice LeRae's interference led to a no-contest post-match. Jax and LeRae continued assaulting Stratton before Trish Stratus saved the women's champion. However, the Hall of Famer was also laid out by Jax. The Queen finally made her way out to the ring, as she set up a huge title match for WrestleMania 41. On X, Flair reacted immediately after challenging Stratton, sending her a 6-word message. While Stratton is confirmed to make her WrestleMania debut this year, she is also set to be in action at Elimination Chamber, Toronto. The 25-year-old superstar will team up with Trish Stratus to face Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in a tag team match. She lost cleanly to Naomi on SmackDown, putting both women's tag team champions in the chamber contest. With the loss, Green is 1-3 since winning the United States title. She's been pinned in 2 of those 3 losses. Green may still be on the event card, but another match with Mikan isn't necessarily going to set the world on fire. Naomi and Belair have been all over programming. Both didn't need to be in the match. If Raquel Rodriguez beats Roxanne Perez on Raw, 4 of the 6 spots will be the same as last year's Worst. Shinsuke Nakamura is the 3rd wheel in his own SmackDown segment. United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura finally got some time in front of a live SmackDown crowd. He received a full entrance and some mic time, but that quickly changed once LA Knight came out. Knight correctly reminded everyone that he only failed to regain the title because of bloodline interference. The Miz then came out and called the megastar's act tired before clamoring for a shot at the U.S. title. The match was fine, but it again put Nakamura in the background on SmackDown. Knight won and will presumably get a rematch before WrestleMania 41. Best. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu open SmackDown. Cody Rhodes opened SmackDown, as he usually does, as the undisputed WWE Champion. He mentioned that with Jey Uso picking Gunther for the show of shows, all eyes will go to the winner of the Elimination Chamber match. Best Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Charlotte Flair broke a long-standing WWE tradition to show she's a perfect natural heel. Charlotte Flair triumphantly returned to wrestling at the WWE Royal Rumble Premium Live event, competing in her first match in over a year after a serious knee injury. She was pre-announced for the match, so it wasn't a surprise moment. But in typical Flair fashion, she made sure everyone left the show talking about her. That's because the Queen returned with a bang, winning the Women's Royal Rumble and booking her place at WWE WrestleMania 41. However, after a brief moment in the sun as a babyface, fans brought her crashing back down to earth with a bang by booing her out of the building the following night, proving her quality as a heel by going against a classic wrestling tradition. Typically, in wrestling, whenever someone returns from a serious injury, they're welcomed back with a babyface run because fans are just happy to see them. Considering the length of time that Charlotte was sidelined for, coupled with her general star power, most people presumed that would be the case here. Charlotte Flair didn't get the welcome back babyface run. Flair got a good reception in the Royal Rumble match itself, and that seemed to set things up positively for a babyface run. However, the next night on WWE Raw, fans hated her again. And it was as if no time had passed from her previous run in WWE, despite the fact she was cutting a genuinely babyface promo about the adversities she's dealt with and the problems she's had to overcome. Fans just seem to have zero sympathy for Flair. It's a unique situation for someone to be in, but it does prove that she's a genuinely fantastic heel. And that's not easy to find when someone is also a terrific in-ring talent like she is. That WWE consistently makes booking mistakes with Charlotte Flair. Big reason fans immediately turned on Charlotte Flair after her return is that there appears to be nothing new with her character or in how WWE is booking her. From the moment she arrived on the main roster, WWE has forced her into main event positions, racking up title wins to seemingly catch her father's record as quickly as possible. None of that aligns with a babyface, so people prefer to cheer the likes of Bayley or Becky Lynch. Fans like to see someone scrap and earn their opportunities, and returning from a serious injury like Flair did provide WWE the chance to tell that story with Flair, having her narrowly miss out and be forced to scrap for everything. However, WWE just had her waltz back and immediately won the Royal Rumble. That's the same type of booking the company has always done. Unfortunately, at this stage, audiences are genuinely tied to it. Flair might be an incredible professional wrestler, but she has become stagnant, and that's a problem for her character. The fact that fans wasted no time telling WWE exactly that isn't a positive sign either. There are certain wrestlers who fans cannot imagine as a heel, such as Rey Mysterio, but Charlotte Flair falls into the opposite category. While she's been a babyface in the past, it is a role that's never quite suited her and has never felt truly organic or natural when it has been attempted. Charlotte Flair is unlikely to ever work as a babyface. A big reason for that is her overall presentation. While some fans can get cheered for claiming they're the best in the world, such as CM Punk, Flair cannot. Seeing her walk out in huge robes or wearing designer gear for promos all push a classic heel character, and her often arrogant persona only supports that Flair is a genuinely brilliant heel who always gets a massive reaction from the fans, which is crucial for anyone in this role. WWE doesn't have many of these at the top level, and that's why the company might just consider never changing her at this point. The path forward for Charlotte can already be seen, as she is now fully leaning into her heel gimmick, as was shown on last week's SmackDown during her promo with Tiffany Stratton. There's no turning back now. Charlotte Flair shows off new physique,